What's going on, guys? This is the Air It Out podcast. I'm your humble host, Jerome Jones, and I got my boy Avery Collins right there. Avery, how you doing, my man?
I'm good, man. I'm blessed, highly favored, can't complain. You know what I'm saying? And it's a good day.
Yes, sir. It is definitely a good day. We got Thursday night football tonight. We got some great football for the whole month. So we got a month of football now. So we're gonna talk about that. So we've been very, very, very entertained this month. I'm so happy football is back. And speaking of entertainment, we're gonna go right into our first topic because we just got a bomb just dropped on us, guys. And I want to know, Avery, we just got the Super Bowl halftime reveal. Do you like it or not? Now, if you guys have not heard, it's gonna be featuring Dr. Dre, Beyonce Knowles, Eminem. I'm missing two people. Who's the other two?
Snoop Dogg.
Snoop Dogg.
Actually, wait, where are you getting Beyonce from? I got Dr. Dre.
It wasn't Beyonce?
I got Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, Eminem, Mary J. Blige.
Oh, Mary J. They got Mary J. That's crazy. So,
and the one and only K. Dot.
K. Dot. Yeah, that's who I was missing. K. Dot. Mary J. Oh man, I thought they had Beyonce again. You know, I was gonna say that Beyonce's on.
That's why I'm like, yeah, man, you can't get her on 3 Super Bowls. Like, dang, I know she's nice, but like, dang,
yeah.
like dang.
I was about to say, that was one of the things I was gonna say, but yeah, Mary J. Blige, man. So I want to know how you feel about this being if I'm not mistaken, you're kind of like me. We're still on the old school rap and R&B vibes right now. You know, nothing wrong with the new school, but old school is where it is at. Avery, I want to know how you feel about this halftime, man.
So, part of me is like, oh, okay, this is cool. But then part of me is like, how are you going to pull it off with this many artists, right?
Yeah.
Typically, it's like one headline artist. They're making it seem like it's a concert. Now, Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, Eminem, and Kendrick, I can see how you can pull that off because Dr. Dre has produced for Snoop Dogg, Eminem, and Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah.
So I understand that could be easy. Kendrick Lamar has worked with Snoop Dogg. I mean, I don't know how they incorporate Eminem in there per se, but yeah, Kendrick's worked with Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre. And then where does Mary J. Blige come in here? It's going to be. I mean, I know that the nostalgia is going to be on 10, right? They're going to be playing the hits as long as Mary J. doesn't do anything like, you know, no slow jam ballads. We're going to be good there. If she keeps everything, you know, the RPMs above, I mean, like above like 100, we might be all right on stage. I wonder if Kendrick's going to drop a new verse. You know, we haven't heard anything from Kendrick just yet. I mean, there's rumors that he's going to drop an album this year. So, I mean, if he drops an album, does a single that blows up get played? I mean, it's going to be interesting, man. I mean, Eminem, he's been on features and he's been killing them. So he could drop something. Snoop Dogg, I mean, does Snoop Dogg, does he go gospel? I mean, there's so many questions.
He's going to go Snoop Lion.
Snoop Lion come out and make an appearance. I mean, I don't know. I'm just hoping that because of all of this West Coast, that we see that we get see a Tupac hologram. If we get that, I'll be satisfied with the halftime show. But other than that, I like it. I mean, like I said, you got heavy hitters: Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, Eminem, Mary J. Blige, Kendrick Lamar, all heavy hitters in the R&B, hip hop music industry. Definitely, like I said, it's gonna be hits after hits, so it'll be interesting to see.
Avery, I don't know about you, but I see this blade working out perfectly. I really do, Avery. I mean, Mary J. Blige, man, she can mix up with the rappers, man. She can, like her flow, like it fits with it, you know. She had a couple of bangers with some rappers.
You gotta remember, she got the alter ego, the rapping version, Brooklyn.
Oh yeah, you're right. You're right.
Brooklyn, you know. For those who didn't catch it, Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Okay,
I got it.
Those who didn't catch it.
Okay. But listen, like, I think it's a good blend. I do agree with the having multiple artists. I do like it when it's one artist and you kind of focus on them and you can kind of have kind of a theme. Because I think when you have too many artists, it kind of like gets all crazy and things like that. We got our first commenter. Chris says, hopefully that means new Kendrick album. We just said that, Chris. Thank you for saying that. I agree with that. I think if there is a time for him to drop it, this is the time. But go ahead,
yeah, I mean, yeah, for sure. This would be the time he should announce it at the Super Bowl. If he doesn't drop it this year, announce it at the Super Bowl. Go cop my new album and drops tonight after the Super Bowl or something like that. And shout out to Jay-Z, because Jay-Z obviously brought all of this together. The NFL consults with him now on halftime show, and so shout out to him because he was able to bring this all together. I know one of the biggest gripes were. We'll say that for another time. But anyway, go ahead. Yeah, shout out to Jay-Z.
Yeah, I'm hoping this is going to be a great Super Bowl halftime. I mean, me personally, I was.
Last year was.
I didn't like the last couple of them, to be honest.
Yeah, the last couple of them were pretty underwhelming.
Yeah, there's like either like they wasn't great, it was okay. Like last year's was okay. I didn't move the needle for me. It wasn't really bad, but the last couple of years wasn't that entertaining to me.
The last one that I can remember that I was like, yo, they killed this was J-Lo and Shakira. They bodied that. They were
that was a great one. I did like I'm a Bruno Mars fan. I did like Bruno Mars as well.
Of course you love Bruno Mars. Of course. Yeah. But I'm talking about the most recent, and they were more recent than Bruno.
I agree with that one. But yeah, man, we got some entertainment from that. Chris says Brown Packers is already going to be a great game. This halftime show might.
So we know Chris's Super Bowl picks here.
yeah. That's it. Yeah. Speaking of Super Bowl picks, man, we had a month of football already. So let's get into football, real football right now, and talk about what we learned so far in this month of football. I mean, great stuff, craziness. If there's one thing that this month told you, Avery, what this month taught you about this football season?
I guess I'll go with the top three. And I'll work from 3 on up. Number 3, the Broncos show that defense still wins championships, right? Teddy Bridgewater is just playing good enough football. He's not pushing the ball down the field. He's not lighting it up with, points on the board or anything like that, but he's not turned the ball. He has not. You should have, Chris. You definitely should have came on. It's not too late, but anyway, he has not no turnovers through the first 3 weeks. He's not putting up a ton of points, but he's doing enough for his team to win the game. Their defense is playing phenomenal. I kept telling people Patrick Surtain was the real deal. Nobody listened to me. I said his technique is probably the best in the draft coming out as far as defensive backs, as far as cornerbacks go, all of those different things. So that's the one thing that I've learned is that, again, defense wins championships, not calling the Broncos to win the championship this year. But I wouldn't be surprised. Teddy's doing more than what Peyton did the year they won, and the defense looks like they're on par to be that good, especially if they can keep it up toward the tail end of the season. So shout out to them. Number 2, Matthew Stafford is who we thought he was.
Yes.
It doesn't matter because everybody said, oh, well, he had Calvin Johnson, and that was the reason that he was putting the numbers up. But then he had Marvin Jones, who's not Calvin Johnson. And now he's just got Cooper Kupp and Robert Woods, who, again, very solid receivers, but on most teams, they're actually number 2s, right?
I agree.
Yeah. Atlanta. I like Hopkins, but
I wanted CD Lamb a little. I mean, not CD Lamb. I wanted J.C. Horner a little bit more than him, but I agree with you, Chris. I definitely agree.
I would have rather Patrick Surtain for our style of defense. But anyway, yes. Again, Matthew Stafford is the real deal. He is lighting it up. You see what he can do when he has a decent running game, a phenomenal defense. We've all said it before that all he needs is the right situation, and he seems to be in the right situation. Sean McVay seems to have reignited his creativity and realizes what he can do with Matthew Stafford, how he can push the ball down the field, how he can get those crossing routes and get Cooper Kupp open and do all those different things. Who's in top 5 in receiving yards this year? Cooper Kupp is, and so I'm enjoying watching them. And then number one, Dakota Prescott has arrived. Dak Prescott is phenomenal. I'm just going to say what it is. Like, he's phenomenal. We saw a glimpse of what he was preparing to do last year through the first 4 games prior to him getting injured, and it's like he picked up right where he left off. His first week against the Buccaneers and that vaunted defense, he played extremely well. Put his team in position to win. The Buccaneers just did enough and made just a couple more plays than they did. Then he follows it up with a hard-fought game against the Chargers, but they're able to pull out the win. And then last week, we see what they did against the Eagles. The Eagles have some struggles on the offensive line, a lot of injuries. I think they're down 3 linemen already, which is, again, a mirror image of last year, offensive line being an issue with them. Not the play of the offensive line, but the health of the offensive line. So don't want to read too much into it, but he's still playing extremely well. He played against 2 really good man corners last week in Darius Slay. Give me the other corner. I cannot remember. Chiefs are unstoppable as people think, aren't as unstoppable as people think. Kyler Murray is getting the MVP trophy this year, and Aaron Rodgers is still that bad man. I couldn't agree.
Bad man.
I agree with every single one of those except for the MVP. I'm not saying he won't. I'm just saying there's a case you can make for a guy over there in LA named Matthew Stafford. So, but if Kyler wins, I wouldn't be surprised. He's definitely in the top 3 as far as MVP. But yes, Dak Prescott has been playing phenomenal football, and it's showing. And I'll just add in a little caveat as well. It shows that I've said it before, I'll say it again, and I'll keep saying it. Dan Quinn is not a head coach. He's a coordinator. You see what he's done with that defense. If we would have brought him in just to be the coordinator, I think our team would have been that much better. But because we didn't and we had him, he's not a head coach. He's a defensive coordinator, and we see what he's done. And that Dallas defense looks to be much better. But shout out to Dak. He's playing phenomenal.
Yeah. Chris took my number 1, which was the Chiefs. They're vulnerable. They have some leaks in their armor. You're not as good as we thought they were going to be. It's mainly the offensive line. They have a new offensive line. Patrick Mahomes trying to do too much still. And normally when you say that, you're like, oh, it's Patrick Mahomes though. He's good, but it's starting to catch up with him. Like the trying too hard, doing too much kind of thing. It's starting to catch up to him, and you see it when one of his interceptions that he had is starting to catch up with him. So Chiefs are not as and that don't mean the Chiefs are not good. I still think the Chiefs are good. They're gonna still put up points on people, but they're gonna be really good. Before I get to my last point, go ahead, Avery.
Here's the scary part about the Chiefs, though. They're not playing great because like their last 2 games they lost by less than 7 points, right? They're not getting blown out. They're staying in every game. But the scary part about them, Patrick Mahomes, his deal, the way they structured it, next year they can still build around him. Before they ever have to pay him that $45-50 million a year, they still got an extra year to draft, get free agents because he's still under contract for another. Listen, I understand the Chiefs may be vulnerable now, but if they build this team right, easily a dynasty. Easily a dynasty for the next at least 10 years. I mean, I would not be surprised if Patrick Mahomes, by the age of 35, has 6 Super Bowls. I would not be surprised.
We didn't even get to hot take Thursday yet. Come
down. Just saying. But anyway, you go ahead and finish up. The rest of the AFC is getting better. Chiefs need a running game. Yes. I mean, obviously, my thing about that as well, you drafted Clyde Edwards-Helaire. We know what Clyde Edwards-Helaire did at LSU. It wasn't just catching the football at the backfield. Like, I think they took that skill set and ran with that. And it's like, no, because he's so small, he's 5'8". Because he's so small, he can scoot behind those linemen. More importantly, take some pressure off of Patrick Mahomes. Take some pressure off the offensive line because they're having issues protecting Patrick Mahomes. Run the football. Run the football.
Yeah. And no offense to Edwards-Helaire, I think he's still a really good back. I still don't think he should have been a first-round pick. That's just me.
I don't think he should be a
I
starter.
think he still could have got that same value in another pick, another running back.
They're using him as a third down back, but he's their starter. It doesn't make sense.
Exactly. Yeah, I agree.
Doesn't make sense.
I'm also wrong about the Bengals. Offensive line is gelling and Chase. Yeah, I think a lot of people were wrong about that.
I was
looking really good.
I was one of those people that's wrong. However, I will say I still would have taken Slater. He's the highest rated rookie in the draft this year, and you see what he's doing. Like I said, for somebody like Justin Herbert on the Chargers, he's been playing phenomenal football. Though I will agree with you, Chris, I was wrong as well. That offensive line.
The big reason why I have a lot of my hot takes, and one of my hot takes with the Chargers was that Justin Herbert's going to get that MVP race. So that was one of them. But let me get to my number one thing that I learned this month. The Eagles suck.
Listen, man, I tried to tell y'all beat a scrub team week 1. Everybody, you hating on the Eagles. You hating on the
No. I agree with you.
Man, I'm not saying that the Eagles are the worst team in the league, but they're not as good as week 1 told y'all. Simple as that.
And again, it's a lot of the things that I was worried about. Jalen Hurts is showing up, man. And, I've been saying it since he got to the Eagles. He's a very limited quarterback. I mean,
I can't agree with that. I think it's play calling 1. 2, Miles Sanders, his first carry went for 25 yards. His second carry went for 2 yards. Guess how many carries he got? Guess how many carries he got after that?
Oh, after? Oh,
0.
That many?
2 carries, 2 rushing attempts for a man who put up 1,600 yards almost perennially every year since he's gotten in the league. He's 1,600 yards from scrimmage every year. Why would you not get this man?
No, I don't know why our coaches do not like running the ball with him, man. I just don't get it. But it's not only that, though. Jalen Hurts should be playing a lot better than he is. And he's missing a lot of passes. He's staring down receivers. I mean, you can tell he's staring down receivers too.
Which is why I say it's not all on Jalen Hurts. Here's the thing. Jalen Hurts is not Justin Herbert. Jalen Hurts is not Mac Jones. He's not Joe Burrow. Okay? Exactly. Chris literally just hit the nail on everything I was just about to say. Literally. Again, Jalen Hurts is not these guys. He's not somebody who's going to drop back and throw the ball 40 times and you're going to win the football game every time. Can he do it? Of course. Is that his strong suit? No. And he's still progressing. Jalen Hurts is one of those cerebral quarterbacks where it's like, I need some time to continue to learn, figure out how I'm going to gel into this offense. And until it clicks for him, take the pressure off him. Run the football, play action, screens, easy throws, easy reads. Allow him to get himself ingrained and fully, truly learn the playbook. And then you can open it up. And then he can become the Oklahoma Jalen Hurts. But until then, you've got to give him that time to grow into that. Too many times we're seeing these offensive coordinators, these head coaches throw their guys to the wolves. And I understand throwing your guys to the wolves because we've seen it, but you're throwing your guys to the wolves, but you're not doing it to their level of comfort. That's what I love about, again, and most Raven fans will disagree with me, but that's one of the things I love about what is his name? Greg, the offense coordinator for the Ravens.
Greg Olsen?
No.
Roman?
Thank you, Roman. And for me, he said, I'm going to take your skill set, Lamar, and I'm going to do what you do best. While we progress you as a passer, I'm going to do what you do best. And that's what I want the Eagles to do with Jalen Hurts. I'm going to do what you do best. We're going to run RPOs. We're going to do play action. We're going to do all these things until you get to the level and we have the weapons that allows you to, like I said, drop back and throw the football and dissect the defense and stuff like that. But until then,
I mean, I agree with you, Avery. I do agree with you that we definitely should be running the ball more, and that was one of the things I was actually excited about starting on because I'm thinking, it's going to be like the Colts. They're going to be running the ball more. We got Miles Sanders, we got Gainwell. It's going to be great, and you're right. I do agree with that. But that doesn't take away the fact that I don't think Jalen Hurts is what he can do.
Think about it. When you guys were playing Dallas, you weren't down. Right, exactly, Chris. You guys weren't down big. Why are you throwing the ball so much? Why is Miles Sanders not touching the ball coming out of the back? Like, why are you not running the football? Keep the ball out of Dak's hands. Why are we dropping back? It was 7-7 into the second quarter. Then Dallas scores again, and that's one touchdown. Run the football.
Yeah, I agree. Hopefully he does, and we do something, but we suck. So anyway, funny thing, real quick. I'm only saying this because Chris is on the air. So Chris, if you listen to this, maybe this might be the glimpse of hope that we may need. But I said this: there's a chance that the way that everything's looking in this first month of football, that the Eagles can have the first, second, and third overall pick in the draft. But then I changed my tune because the Colts are bad, the Miami Dolphins are bad, we got both of their first round picks, and including our own. But then I changed my tune. I said the Eagles might have the second, the third, and the fourth overall pick because you gotta remember this is the Jets, so they're gonna have the first overall. Sorry, Juan, if you're listening. gotta get him. But let's get to our next topic, guys. Talk about some bad teams. We're gonna talk about some good teams. The best 3-0 teams, in your opinion. Avery, I wanna hear what you got on this one, man. Your favorite 3-0 team.
Well, there's 4 left, right? How about we just rank them in order, right?
All right.
I'll go for number 4. I'll go with. Ooh, this is tough. Number 4, I'm gonna go. Yeah. Number 4, I'm gonna go with.
Come on.
It's tough because it's between the Panthers and the Broncos at number 4. I'm not sure which one to pick. I think I'll go with Panthers just because I think I may trust Teddy Bridgewater a little bit more. He'll be turning around. I'm a big fan, but I don't like it. Yeah,
I get that, Avery. I mean, Chris.
I agree. I'll go with the Panthers at 4. I think I trust Teddy Bridgewater a little bit more than I do Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold is a little bit more of a risk taker. Teddy Bridgewater has not thrown a pick, right? Like he's worried about making sure that we play solid football.
He's always been like that, though. He always been like that.
Exactly. And people have written him off and all different types of things. And he's playing, complimentary football right now to that defense and that running game. So I will go Panthers at 4, Broncos at 3. Number 2, I'm going to put in at the Cardinals. The Cardinals. Only because I think they're a little pass heavy, right? Chase Edmonds has yet to go over 100 yards rushing. Chase Edmonds I don't think he's had even 80 yards rushing this year, and he's a starting running back. I mean, as a team, they're not in the top tier as far as rushing the football as well. They're very, very pass heavy. And when we get into the later months, the later time of the season, you're going to need to be able to run the football, especially against teams like the Rams and the Bucks and different things like that, who have very, very good defensive lines. And if you can't, then, I'm not sure if that's going to, bode well. I think Kyler Murray's playing out of his mind. He's playing phenomenal. DeAndre Hopkins is proving that he's like the number 1 receiver in the league right now. And so for me, I think the Cardinals are at number 2. The Rams are at number 1. Again, not too many holes. They can run the football. They can throw the football. And they can play defense. And they're showing it week in, week out. Matthew Stafford is showing us, again, everything that we expected that we would get. Panthers at 5 because of now the injury. Broncos at 3 because of the level of competition. Raiders, then Cardinals and Rams at 1.
We forgot about the Raiders.
Forgot about the Raiders. The Raiders, I would put the Raiders I put the Raiders at 4. I put the Raiders at 4 behind the Broncos. Again, I trust Teddy Bridgewater over Derek Carr. 1, 2. The Raiders, their style of play, they've been ugly wins. They could easily be 1 and 2. They could easily be 1 and 2 right now. 3. Josh Jacobs, the way he runs the football. If he gets hurt, it's going to be, a hard time for them. And Derek Carr targets Darren Waller so much. If he's taken away, Hunter Renfrow is picking up the slack, but we got to see other guys do that as well. And then their defense is not as good as the Broncos. So I'll give the Raiders at number 4. So Panthers, Raiders, Broncos, Cardinals, and then, like I said, the Rams. Matthew Stafford playing phenomenal. Cooper Kupp is doing great things. But I think the main reason they have the best, in my opinion, out of the undefeated teams, the best defense, right?
Yeah.
Jalen Ramsey, Aaron Donald. There's nothing more that needs to be said. They're playing extremely phenomenal football. The Broncos, let's not sleep on their defense. Again, I don't think they had anybody score even 25 on them this year. I'm not even sure if they had anybody score 21 points on them at all this year. So by the numbers, the Broncos might be up there. I know the Panthers are leading the league in turnovers right now. But again, people are able to, kind of get some points on them. And so for me, again, the Rams, just the way they look, they're scary right now. And we saw what they did against the Buccaneers. They went and dominated that game. So I'm going to go with the Rams there.
All right. My turn. I'm going to say number 5. I'm going to say the Raiders for the same reason that you said, Avery. I think the Raiders are a good team. Don't get me wrong. Just because I have my 5, don't mean I don't think they are a good team. I just think that it's been a lot of close games. Their defense can be up and down a little bit sometimes. I kind of disagree with you in a sense. Like, Darren Waller is definitely getting targeted a lot, but Hunter Renfrow, Brian Edwards been playing better. He's even getting Henry Ruggs a little bit more involved than he was the last year. So I think their offense is good. I am concerned with the running game a little bit. Jacobs has not been running that well. I think he's injured, or he's like that.
He's injured. He got
he's injured. Yeah.
Ankle
so he's playing injured. It's kind of showing. He's not the running back that we've seen the last couple of years with him. So, and it's kind of telling. So maybe if he heal up a little bit, it might be a little bit better. But I just think that right now, kind of like we just said about the Cardinals, they are a little bit more pass heavy because Jacob has not been running well. So I'm gonna pick them at 5. At 4, I'm gonna say the Broncos. Only because they got 2 main players that's out of this, and when they come back, I can see them being number 2 or maybe even 1, because my man Jerry Jeudy is out and my man Chubb is out. Once they come back, this team might even be that much more better. So I'm just gonna pick them at 4 for now. Teddy Bridgewater is definitely a solid quarterback. Don't get me wrong; he don't turn the ball over, but he is a little too. He's not aggressive enough sometimes, which that's been the thing about him. He's just kind of not been. Let's see what Chris says. Oh, this is Darren. Darren says the Rams are the best team, 3-0, great overall, top to bottom. Then it would be a tie between the Raiders and Panthers. Got questions, but it makes it up on other areas. Sorry, it's Rams, Cardinals, then tied with the Raiders and Packers. All right, cool. So number 3 for me will be the Panthers. And the reason why, you said it, Avery, and I thank you for saying this. They are the number 1 in turnovers right now. Number 1. Yes, Christian McCaffrey's injured. I get it. But I'm not worried about it because they are a team that is used to not having Christian McCaffrey.
Here's the reason why I have the Broncos over the Panthers.
Okay.
Listen to this. Week 1, 13 points allowed. Week 2, 13 points allowed. Week 3, goose egg. Now again, all pretty bum teams. You got the Broncos playing the Giants in week 1, and week 2, I believe they played the Jags, and then week 3 they played the Jets. Right? Of course. So there's some scrub teams there. But again, in the NFL, if you can hold a team under, again, they're literally averaging less than 10 points scored per game. Again, bum teams.
I give you that.
That's the only reason. The Panthers, again.
You can almost say the same thing about the Panthers, though, too. But here's the thing about the Panthers. You guys don't remember my hot take. Top 10 defense this year, and I really do believe that. I've been saying it for 2 years now. I said it 2 years ago. I said 2 years ago, in 2 years, so that'll be this year. It'll be top 10 defense in the NFL.
I think you said top 5.
I might say top 5. I gotta look at it, but top 5, top 10, they're gonna be the tops. I'm telling you, they're looking like it right now. So I props to that defense. They finally got a quarterback over there. I like their receiving weapons. All three of their wide receivers are great quality receivers. Terrence Marshall is looking like a really good slot receiver for them right now. DJ Moore is balling out right now. So I like that team. I would like Robbie Anderson to pick it up just a little bit, but they got good receivers.
I will say that the Panthers traded away a tight end that I think they're going to miss.
Dan Arnold. I agree with that, but Tommy Tremble was nice.
He is. I'm just
There's a reason why they traded Dan. I'm telling you, there's a reason. There is a reason, and they got I know CJ Horn. Keep want to say CD Horn for some reason. CJ Horn, huh?
JC Horn.
JC, there we go. JC Horn. I know he's injured. Wish you luck for him. Hope he gets healthy. But I think that getting CJ Henderson was a huge pickup.
Panthers got trash opponents too, though, Darren. The Panthers haven't played anybody just yet. Anyway, I mean, week 1, 14 points. Week 2, 7 points. Last week, 9 points.
Wow.
I mean, they're good. They're good, great defense. But again, some scrub teams. We'll see this week. We'll see this week with those teams. With those two teams.
Both of them.
They're actually playing. I was gonna say they're actually playing this week. They're playing some good teams. You've got Panthers playing the Cowboys. That's going to be interesting to watch. And then those Broncos are actually going to be playing the Ravens. So we'll see. We'll see if they're for real or not.
Definitely. Number 2, I'm gonna say the Cardinals. Defense improved a lot, but that offense, man. Every time I haven't got to watch a game in person, but looking at the stats, and I watch like on Sundays, I kind of have the I have Red Zone on sometimes, and then I have like a game that I really watch on the side, and then I have like the games where you can see how their progression down the field, that kind of thing. That you see Gamecaps. There you go. So I have like all three of them running all at the same time, and every time I'm looking at the Cardinals game, all I see is that line just go. I'm like, what the? Like 30 yards, 40 yards, 30 yards. I'm like, what is these guys doing? Like, they are passing like crazy. I am a little concerned with the running game, like Avery said, but this offense is explosive. It's starting to kind of look like I don't want to say it, but kind of looking Chiefy, kind of like, you know what I mean?
Not Chiefy.
Looking a little Chiefy. But obviously the Rams, man. The Rams are the number 1 team, man. Matthew Stafford, bro. If y'all ever doubted Matthew Stafford, I'm gonna burn something on your lawn. Seriously, because like, come on, man. Like, what have y'all been watching all these years, man? Matthew Stafford is nice. He just been on a bad team, and he finally on a good team. He finally got some weapons, and the chemistry that him and Sean McVay have, man, bro, they are having fun over there in LA, and it is showing with their gameplay, their calls, everything. So shout out to McVay for making that trade, man. They gave up a lot to get him, but he's looking worth it right now.
A lot.
Yes, he's looking. They stomped the Saints. Who stomped the Saints?
The Panthers.
Yeah. Everybody was like, "Oh, the Saints offense are looking good." Blah blah blah.
And one, that's a rivalry game, so I mean it's going to be turned. Number 2, easily top 5.
Easy, top 5. Easy.
But one, the Saints rivalry game. 2, Jameis Winston is still learning that offense. And again, remember, he threw 5 touchdowns week 1, but he didn't
for a minute now. I don't think he's still learning.
When I say learning the offense, like if you hear him talk about it, he said he might have got 5 reps with the first team, like actual reps, like to actually get ingrained. He said he's a visual learner. He's got to get in there and actually participate. So he's still learning the offense. This is him right before game 1 in this preseason and different things like that. Again, so that plus he didn't throw for 150 yards. So it's not like he was lighting up the Packers. He was just efficient in the red zone. And so with that being said, there's questions about the Saints, right? And so because there's questions about the Saints and it's a rivalry game and we're not taking anything away from the Panthers as far as their defense, it's just, again, I'm not a huge believer in the Saints. I don't think they're going to be a top 10 team in the NFL this year. I don't think anybody else does. So for me, again, I think that's a more impressive win than what the Broncos have, of course. But I still give the edge to the Broncos just because, again, Teddy's not turning the ball over. Defense playing great. And I just trust Teddy more because he doesn't turn the ball
over. Okay. All right. I'm down for that. All right, guys. We got some breaking news. Not really breaking news, but some news that just came out not too long ago. We'll talk about some teams that, good teams. The Buccaneer Broncos have done it again. I mean, what did I just say?
What?
The Buccaneer. Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I don't know what I just said. I don't know what that was.
The Buccaneer Buccaneers
done it again. They done signed another guy. Richard Sherman is now on the Bucs. Real quick, Avi, I want to know what's your thoughts on this. I think I'm gonna let you talk. Go ahead.
I'm glad he got another chance. Like I said, I personally felt like, some of his antics in the offseason were attributed to maybe some mental health issues where he felt like I have more to give and I'm not given the opportunity. Mm-hmm. So I'm glad that he's able to get back on the field and show that he can still play. Obviously, it's due to injury. The Saints secondary is kind of decimated with injuries. Carlton Davis, I believe, is hurt. Murphy Bunting is hurt.
Yeah.
So I mean, they needed somebody, and you bring in a veteran guy who obviously you don't have to ingrain into a culture. He already knows what he's doing.
Wow, Chris. Wow.
I mean, we will see. I mean, obviously,
you didn't say burnt toast.
Well, Richard has never been a speedster. He's always been a technique guy, right? He's been a technique and length guy his entire career. He's not a fast guy. It's just technique and length. So, but again, he's a veteran corner, so there's no trick in the book that he hasn't seen. And he'll be solid. Another reason that Josh Norman was brought in for the 49ers, and we saw Josh Norman go head to head with Devontae Adams prior to getting hurt in that game, and he looked pretty well. Again, he's not the speedster, not the shutdown guy he was in Carolina or anything like that. He's a veteran corner who, understands every trick in the book. So you're not going to get over on him too much. You can run by him though. So that'll be interesting to see. And so, but shout out to him and the Bucs. I mean, the Bucs going Bucs at this point. They're trying to win. Their mindset is we're trying to win until Brady retires, right? Like that's their mindset. They want to win so Brady doesn't retire. Like I think that honestly, if he keeps winning, he'd probably be like, "What's the point? Run it up, let me get 10." But anyway, so shout out to him for that.
Definitely. I'm glad that he got another chance. I always want somebody to get a second chance, no matter what. No matter what they go through. So I'm glad he got another chance. Buccaneers are starting to become that team that gives the second chances to teams.
He's in my top 5 corners of all time as well.
All right, yeah, I like him. I think, yeah, I agree.
However, if Jalen keeps playing this way, Richard falls out, and I'm throwing.
Okay. I'll get back to you on my top later on in another episode.
Well, I can give you mine right now. I already knew it.
I could go. I'll get real deep in my conversation with cornerbacks, man. You already know how we go. We already know. DBs, baby. You already know. Best position in football. But facts. I don't want to hear nothing about it, Mr. Ray Roberts.
Not only is it the best, it's the hardest.
Exactly. Facts. Well, maybe quarterback, but facts.
Nope. I've played all those positions. Nothing is harder than cornerback. You got to do everything the receiver's doing backwards without knowing the snap count, without knowing the route, without knowing the play, all of those different things. And you're not allowed to come up. You're not allowed to do one of these. I need to.
I agree. Listen, I agree with that, Ray. Ray.
and then when you're on the island, you are on that island.
Yes, sir. And when you get beat, everybody sees it, but nobody sees the little
quarterback to a pick. They might be like, "Oh, the receiver bobbled it. Oh, it went over. Oh, it was tipped." You get cooked. You got cooked.
You cooked one time. It's over. Everybody sees it.
Yes, sir.
Everybody sees it. So I agree. I agree with that. But anyway, yeah, we can talk cornerback. We need a DB session like where you talk BBs and stuff like that all the time. Like, yo, let's make that happen, though. Let's make that happen. Let's do
it. Executive decision.
Kicker, man. What? I agree. I get what you're saying. But what? They come on the field like 5 times a game. Anyway, never mind that. But yeah, I'm super excited about him. Biggest thing when I seen the signing, the first thing I thought of was like, what was that conversation like with him and Brady?
Yeah, man.
What was that conversation like?
I mean, he supposedly they have a relationship off the field.
What happened?
I said supposedly they have a good relationship off the field.
Really?
According to Richard Sherman, he said, what happens on the field stays on the field. But he's reached out a couple of different times, throughout the years, and he's a good guy and different things like that. And so, and he said he actually reached out to him when he got signed and said, let's do it. So.
Interesting.
It's weird because
that's always weird when you see like all right, let's say like it's not on the same level as him and Crabtree, obviously. Yeah. But it's like that was a big thing back then. When he came up to him in the playoffs, it's like, yo, what's up? Like came up to him like, yo, what's up? I don't know. I just thought that was funny how he signed with the team with the guy that he kind of.
I'll say this though, the Buccaneers, Tom Brady, is making me like Tom Brady. This version of Tom Brady, I'm a fan of this Tom Brady. Cracking jokes, being funny, having fun playing football, commercials, and just being an all-around great guy. Like, this is the guy that I was hoping to see in New England, and you kind of started to see shades of it toward the end of his time there, but like now he's able to be himself, and I'm like, this version of Tom Brady, I like.
Yeah, honestly, I think that's why, I'm a Michigan guy. He's from Michigan. I don't like Tom Brady. And I think that's part of it, too, because he wasn't like that. And now that he is being like that, it was just like, it's kind of weird for me. It's like, it's kind of weirding me out a little bit. I don't know. It's like, before I was like, oh, man, this guy's such a stick in the butt. But now that he's out there, and now it's just kind of weird for me. Like, where does this guy come from? But
I love it.
I do agree that it's better. I like Tampa Tom. I feel so dirty saying this. I agree with you, Chris. I 100% agree how you feel. We're on the same page. All right, let's get to our next topic real quick. With that being said, we're gonna go to our air it out game picks. So I've been away for a while, so I'm not gonna actually participate in this. I'll tell you who I think I will, but I'm not gonna actually participate. But you can take your picks. First and foremost, tell everybody the final scores of the last couple of weeks, and then we can.
Sure. So last week, Darren went 11-5, bringing his total record to 28-21. He is 7 games over 500. We got Darius, who went 10-6 last week. Darius is now at 25-24. He's 1 game over 500. He's getting close to being under that mark. I went 12-4 last week, bringing my record to 30-19. Juan is killing us. He went 11-5 last week. His record is 31-17. He is killing everybody right now. So yeah, shout out to him doing his thing. So my game picks this week. Let me pull up the game list here. Stingley
Dabino, how do you say his name? I like him a little bit more. I think we need him.
It's Thibodeau.
There you go. Thibodeau. I do like Stingley, but I kind of want to see a little bit more from him because he's been a little bit inconsistent the last couple of years. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
You're good. All right, this game tonight, man. The Bengals. The Bengals look good, baby. Let's just talk about it. Beat the Steelers, division game, rivalry. The Bengals look good. You hear me? So shout out to the Bengals. I think the Bengals. An interesting fact: Joe Burrow's lost 4 games his entire football career since high school. Really? 80-something-4 since high school and college. He's in jeopardy of tying that 4 loss mark this tonight, and he's actually going to tie it. The Bengals are going to beat him. So I'm getting the Bengals over the Jags. Washington football team against the Atlanta Falcons. You know what? I went against my guys once this season. We got a win against the NFC East this past Sunday. Shout out to my dad. Great game. Enjoyed going with you for my first ever NFL football game. Sorry you guys had to take the loss at the last second there, but
they're playing for you, bro. They're playing for you.
Yes, sir. I'm gonna take my guys, and I'm gonna take my guys again here against the NFC East. I'll take the Falcons here in this game. Texans versus Bills. I'm gonna take the Buffalo Bills. Lions versus the Bears. I'm going to take. I'm actually going to take the Lions in this one. I mean, they've played a couple close games. They took the Ravens down to the wire. They were in it against the Packers until the second half. I'm going to go with the Lions here. They'll get their first win of the season. Lions over the Bears. Panthers versus the Cowboys. Ooh. This is the test game right here for the Panthers. But because they don't have Christian McCaffrey, I'm going to go with the Cowboys here. I think the Cowboys, they're rolling right now.
That's a valid point.
Yeah, I think they're rolling right now. I'll go with the Cowboys. And like you said, J.C. Horn is out, so they're missing one of their better corners. So I'll go with the Cowboys. Colts versus the Dolphins. The Colts, they got to get on the board, man. They got to get on track. I'll go with the Colts.
By the way, that is the Eagles' first-round pick game.
Yeah, basically. So I'll go with the Colts here. I think they start to figure it out. Again, they were hanging in pretty good against the Titans until Derrick Henry them. So
he's a verb now.
He Derrick Henry them. Browns Vikings. Vikings pulled out a tough one against the Seahawks that I did not expect to happen. And I don't think they're going to do it twice in a row. Browns over the Vikings. Giants versus the Saints. I'll go with the Saints here. Titans versus the Jets. Jets, you got to prove something. So I'll go with the Titans. Chiefs versus the Eagles.
Are you really contemplating that?
Yeah, I mean, again, the Chiefs don't look phenomenal. Their offensive line questions, your offensive line questions. I guess I'll go with the Chiefs just because their offense is a little more explosive. So I'll go with the Chiefs. Cardinals, Rams, the battle of the undefeateds. Yes, it's Jalen Ramsey. He's the X factor of this game. If he can get up and get busy on DeAndre Hopkins, who's the only receiver, according to Jalen Ramsey, in his career to go over 100 yards on him, if he can get the clamps on him, then it'll be difficult for the Cardinals. I'll go with the Rams here to move on undefeated.
To your point, real quick though, I love what the Rams are doing with Ramsey. I love it. I mean, this is how he should be playing.
Yes.
Move him around, put him in different positions, let him do his thing. I love it. I absolutely love it. And it's confusing offense. So I love it. Go ahead, though. I just have to
exactly because he was versatile at Florida State. I don't think people remember he played corner and safety. Like he was he can tackle. He plays in the body. He's not afraid to tackle anybody. He'll press. He can play off. He can play zone. He's literally the best corner in the league. So followed by Jair Alexander. I said it.
I agree. I've been saying it for a while.
49ers Seahawks. That's going to be a tough one. Yeah, that's going to be a tough one. I mean, the 49ers came down to, 38 seconds that they gave Aaron Rodgers. Otherwise, they give that win that game. I'll go with the 49ers. Ravens Broncos. Because the offensive line has the questions like Villanueva against Von Miller. I'm going to go with the Broncos here. Steelers versus Packers. Buccaneers versus Patriots. Buccaneers. And Monday night Raiders versus Chargers. Damn. Ooh. I'll go to the Chargers. They hand the Raiders their first loss. I'll give the Chargers that one.
Good one.
Give the Chargers.
All right. Well, my picks are not gonna count, guys. So I'm just gonna run through them real quick. much explanation. I got the Bengals tonight. I got the Titans over the Jags. I got the Chiefs over the Eagles and the blowout. Because we stink. No Brandon Graham. Yeah. Panthers over the Cowboys. I think that's going to be a real good game, though. I won't be. I'm picking the Panthers because I'm on that Panther hype train right now, so I'm going to stay on that hype train. Giants, Saints. I'm going to say the Saints, but I think the Giants might give them problems just because they just have not been winning in a while, and I can't see them being 0-4 right now. So it might be a tight one, but I'm still giving the Saints. I'm giving the Browns over the Vikings. I'm gonna agree with Avery with the Lions versus Bears. I do everything he said. I definitely agree. I'm gonna give the Bills over the Texans, although the Texans been a lot better team than a lot of people thought. So I just want to put that out there. The Eagles first round pick game. I'm going with the Miami Dolphins over the Colts. Miami Dolphins defense is just better. Washington versus Falcons. Avery, I'm gonna agree with you. Not because they're the Washington team, but I think Falcons gonna pull this one out. It's gonna be one of those games. And the Washington's defense have not been as good as we thought it was gonna be. I thought they were gonna be. I think everybody thought, man, they got all the first round picks on the defensive line.
That secondary really is suspect. Like Landon Collins is a glorified linebacker at this point, and their corners.
Yeah,
we got it. And that's why I couldn't stand when people say, "Oh, the pass rush is what makes corners." No, it's not.
Thank you, Avery. Thank you. I hope Ray Roberts is listening to this. He's on his way to.
It's not.
He's on his way to.
We have no pass rush. AJ Terrell's not giving up touchdowns.
I agree.
Either you can play corner or you can't.
I agree. Cardinals versus Rams. This is gonna be such a good game. I'm gonna make sure I get this, but I'm staying on the Rams right now. They are looking too unstoppable, and this for the thing I said about Ramsey, he's gonna confuse that Cardinals defense. I think that's gonna be a good game. Although the Cardinals offense got a lot of weapons. Woo, a lot of receivers. We see how that goes. That's gonna be a fun game. That might be a shootout. We'll see. Packers and Steelers. I'm gonna take the Packers. Ravens versus Broncos. I'm gonna say the Ravens just because Lamar Jackson is just a different animal. He can win games for you. And I thought this was a close. He's gonna be my deciding factor for that one. Bucks versus Patriots. I'm gonna go with the Bucks, although I don't want to see it. I don't care either one, to be honest. But I at this point, I'm just tired of seeing Tom Brady win. I'm sorry, guys. I'm just so tired of seeing him win at this point. It just wins too much. And then the Raiders versus Chargers. I'm going to go Chargers. Raiders are good, but I think that they're going to need to run the ball a little bit more, and they're just not going to be able to. So that's my picks. I wanted to put that out there. So, yeah, that's what I'm going to do. So that's how we're going to end this today, guys. I thank you for checking us out, man. I hope y'all enjoyed this episode with just me and Avery. Very lonely in here. Where is everybody?
You should have titled this episode "The Execs."
The Execs. There you go. Oh yeah. We're gonna do it next time. The Execs. All right, cool. But yeah, definitely thank you guys for checking us out. Hopefully Darius, Juan, and Darren will be back soon. But right now we had to hold it down. I hope y'all enjoyed this today. Eagles suck. Hope y'all enjoyed it. And make sure to check us out on all our platforms at InsideTheHashes.com. We can find all our content, gaming, fantasy football, which somehow I'm got the most points in our league, but yet I'm 1-2.
Drop the rankings.
Drop the rankings. It's coming out. I promise you, it's gonna come out this week. It's gonna be out this week. I promise. The rankings are definitely coming out. We definitely got gaming. We got player interviews. A lot of players that talk about in these podcasts. We interviewed a lot of them, so go check that out. InsideTheHashes.com. You can also find those interviews on your favorite podcast platforms. Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Google Podcasts, and Anchor. Go check it out on there. And if you're watching on YouTube, please make sure you like and subscribe. And hit that notification button if you want to go on here live and chat it up with us live, like our guys Chris and Darren. He was on here chatting it up with us, and you can have your own comment on her where we respond to it live. And if you can't go on live, that's fine too. You can just put your comment in the comment section below, right down there, right down there, and we will reply to that as well. So, guys, thank you so much for checking us out. I'm Jerome Jones. That's Avery Collins right over there. Hope y'all have a good Thursday night football. I think this game's gonna be good. I think it's gonna be a fun game. I think it's gonna be a fun game. The battle of 2 first overall picks, the last 2. So it's gonna be great. It's gonna be a fun game. I hope y'all enjoy it. Have a good night. Stay safe out there, and we see you again next week. Peace.
Peace.